guys, it is Miss Lashanta here. Thank you all so much for tuning into my podcast. We are on episode 7, and I am so excited. We'll be talking to Jen from BK. She is so amazing. I love the work she do. I love how she is all about women empowerment. You guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Hi, Jen. It is so nice to speak with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I love what you're doing out here.
Oh, thank you. I love what you are doing. And I have so many questions, of course, to ask you.
Well, I'm here and I like to talk a lot, so that works out well.
That is awesome. Now, I know you interned for Bad Boy, and then you also interned for Fun Flex Show and all these amazing shows. What was your experience or first reaction when you landed these internships? Was it scary, or what was your initial reaction? Were you excited?
Well, when I got the Bad Boy call, I was definitely shocked. But I got it together, and I was like, okay, I got to do this. Here's my chance to really show and prove what I'm made of. And a lot of it had to do with, because I actually went to FIT first, the Fashion Institute of Technology. That's my second passion. So I literally left that school to pursue entertainment. So I didn't know where I was going to go or what was going to happen to me. So getting the call was definitely a life changer for sure. So after Bad Boy, internships, they only last for about a couple months. I got a call from Hot 97, and then the rest is history. I've been here ever since. So it was very exciting, very nerve-wracking, but definitely a learning experience for sure.
That is awesome. Now, of course, when we're younger, we don't really know what we want to be, and sometimes people do know what they want to be when they're younger. Was there something for you that you always know you wanted to be a radio host? At what point in your life did you realize, okay, this is for me?
Okay, so I always knew I wanted to get into the entertainment field. Radio was something I just sort of fell into, but I always knew I'd get into entertainment. I remember whenever I was young, whenever my dad would have the video camera on, I'd always jump in front of it and do corny jokes, or just I love the camera for some reason. And there's actually this little video that I have that shows that. But anyway, so I always knew it was some sort of entertainment thing. I did some little school plays, and I was in choir for elementary school and also high school. So I knew some form of entertainment was definitely where I wanted to be. Where entertainment, I didn't know, because when I actually got into the field, I realized there was 1,000 different things you can do in entertainment. So it took me a while to kind of really navigate and figure out what it was I wanted to be. But I felt like I always knew it. I always knew I wanted to do something in entertainment, be in TV, whether it be radio, or some sort of thing where I'm entertaining the masses.
Now, I want to talk about your very first time on air. How was that? And do you remember what exactly you were speaking about when you were on air? You got put on the spot to be on air?
Absolutely. I remember it clear as day. So I had just became the intern/assistant for the Cypher Sounds and Rosenberg show. Now, this was after Ms. Jones left the morning show, Hot 97, and they were, actually it was Big Boy's Neighborhood from L.A. Big Boy actually had a morning show syndicated here at Hot 97, and Cypher and Rosenberg were just the news update guys. Eventually, they got their own show, and I remember them pulling me in, and they sat me down and introduced me on the mic, and then Sass after Cypher and Rosenberg, they're the ones that actually gave me the name Jen from Brooklyn. That's why I ran with it. Yeah. So, and then they asked me what my favorite Biggie songs were, and I was like, okay, I like this. So I named my favorite Biggie songs, and they were impressed. And then that was it. After that, I was like, damn, I like this. How can I get on the mic more? So that was just little bits here and there. They just put me on a mic. But eventually I got to a point where I'd be able to fill in for Kay Fox, who was the flashing news entertainment woman personality on the show. I got the chance to start filling in for Kay Fox during her flashing lights report, entertainment reports, and then from then on, it just kept building and building and building. I will say, I gotta say, like, growing up in New York and growing up on Hot 97, it was, sometimes I still have to pinch myself because going from listening to the shows, recording it on, like, the boom boxes when I was younger, to now being on the radio, and then at that point in time being able to crack the mic on the radio station I've loved, looked up to, you know, I'm a big fan of. It was just an incredible feeling I can't describe. My heart was going like 10,000 miles per hour. I remember, when I did the filled in for Kay Fox, it was so nerve-wracking, and you heard it. Like, I was a little nervous at first, but then I'm a professional. I eased my way into it, and then just felt crazy natural to me. So it was a moment I'll never forget, ever.
That is awesome. Now, who are some people who influenced you, like when you were growing up?
I mean, I'd say the typical family stuff, but I look to like celebrities a lot, believe it or not. I guess most of us do. I looked up to obviously Jay-Z. I think he is a mastermind, a genius, the epitome of what going from a bad circumstance, bad situation, and making your life better. You know, a lot of it is not, and not just the fame value. I'm not in any of this for the fame at all. If it comes with the territory, I mean, if it comes with it, and that's what it is. But for him, seeing what he's done and changing the face of Brooklyn, I just think that's been so inspirational to me, and I still look up to him. J-Lo, I really look up to. You know, I think she's what I strive to be as far as being a quadruple threat. So I really don't like to be boxed into one thing, as in radio. You know, I'm doing a lot of things now. So for her to see her go from, again, a fly girl in a living color, just a dancer, to turning into this actress, this humanitarian, this director, this producer, this singer, it's just, she's very, very inspirational to me too. And of course, Angie Martinez. I think Angie and Miss Info too. Angie is a person we all should strive to be when doing radio. She's done it the right way. She didn't do any side shortcuts. She worked hard. She didn't, you know, have to sell herself out to make it. She's always stayed true to herself, and that's what I want to be too. I always make sure I'm true to myself in anything I do. If someone wants me to act a certain way, just like gain more interest or like get more be more popular, that's not. I'm like, nah, nope, not happening. Not gonna do it. So I really, really look up to her for that. Miss Info, obviously, you know, she is actually one of my biggest influence. Shout out to Miss Info. I'm telling this all the time when I see her, but I call her a legend because she is, especially in the Asian community, because, you know, we don't think that we can actually go that far. And I remember growing up on Hot 97, hearing Miss Info, finding out that she's Asian. I just thought that was the coolest, most badass, dope thing ever. And she was super dope on top of it. So seeing her make it made me feel like I can make it. And then, you know, Ellen. I love Ellen. Hopefully one day I could be like Ellen, have my own TV show like hers. Oprah, obviously. You know, these are all people that worked hard from the ground up to get to where they need to be. So those are the most influential, I think, inspirational to me growing up.
Definitely. I love it. Now, speaking of Jay-Z, how are you liking his new album?
I absolutely love it. Love, 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 love. That's like the only thing I've been listening to right now because there's so many gems that he drops in the album. Every song says something, and it's such a step up from what he's normally doing, and I think it's something that's needed right now. You know, we're all, a lot of the music out right now, no disrespect, I mean, dope, it's party music and all that, but there's just no substance from it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right. You don't gain anything from it. With Hope, he pretty much gave you the blueprint, no pun intended, of how to become a millionaire and a successful businessman like himself. You know, talking about the things that matter, how you get to where, you know, if you want to be like him, be successful, how you get to that point, what you got to give up, what you got to do. And he was so real and raw and genuine on this album. Like, that song 444 itself, it was like his own lemonade, to be honest.
Yes. And,
right?
And Family Feud. I love Family Feud.
Yes.
I love all of them, honestly. It's really cool. Yeah.
I know. It's so good. Like, he went from talking about how everyone needs to, work together, and then, being open and honest about his relationship, and then talking about how he could be a millionaire, and then shouting out Brooklyn. Like, it was just, I think it's one of his best works to date, without question.
Definitely. And I love how you are also setting the bar high for media personalities. And what inspires you to just continue to make such a great impact, not only on women, but I feel like for the entire world?
Oh, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. To be honest, it's just to show and prove, and anyone that grew up, in a bad environment, whether it be financially, at home, family-wise, or just your surroundings of where you live, like, you can make it. I'm still trying to make it myself. I'll never ever feel like I've actually made it. That's just who I am. But to show that you can be that person from the neighborhood. You can be that person with a small dream growing up in a small area in Brooklyn or wherever, and really make your dreams come true. A lot of us don't feel like we can do it because we either don't want to put in the effort to do it, or because there's no doors opening for us. And, for me, I just want to show everyone that, it is possible. You got to keep going. You can't give up. And that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That really is my biggest motivation, because I was once that kid that felt like I couldn't do anything. But guess what I did? I just took a chance, and I worked hard. And then, God's great at, making sure you get what you deserve. So that really motivates me to show everyone out there that anything is possible. The Jay-Z's, the Barack Obamas, the Angie Martinez, the J-Lo's, Ellen's, Oprah, whatever. They were all us at one point. They were all trying to make it. And what makes us think that we can't make it if they already made it? You know what I mean? So that really makes me keep going. And also just to show, also for my Asian community, it's big for me too, that we're always so stereotyped and placed into a box. I feel like it's starting to change now and shift. But I really want to show my community that, there's more to us than just having to go to school, get that 9 to 5, that check, and then go home and have a family. There's so much more to life.
Yeah.
So I say that's what keeps me going.
How do you push your work times when, it's not, having a good day, but you still have to go out there and do your job?
That's what it is, to be honest. If you're getting into this entertainment world, you got to be a professional at all times. You gotta just put whatever's going through your day, whether going through some stuff, some issues at home, or just whatever. You got to put that in the back burner and be professional and show up to the challenge. A lot of people, they either come to see you or they want to see you perform. And you also you don't want to smear your reputation on top of that. So for me, it's kind of like, I came here, I have to be Jen from Brooklyn 1,000% all the time, or else I wouldn't be as attached or as relatable or as, connected to me as I want them to. And also it's just thinking back on how much I've been through trying to get into this game. I think about that all the time. And I'm like, you know what? I've been through worse. This is my 9th year in the game right now. I've been doing this since my 20s. So I think back of all the hard work that I've put in, and then I just keep it trucking. I just think of the end goal, the end game, where I'm trying to go, I'm trying to be, and I just gotta keep strong and just keep it moving.
That is awesome. Now, I'm pretty sure you have interviewed so many people. Now, if you had the chance to interview yourself, what would be the hardest question you would ask yourself?
Anything personal. Because I am such a private person, so private. So that would probably be the worst thing the worst question I'd be able to ask myself, because I wouldn't be able to answer it. That, and that's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know. You might have to come back to me for that. I'm not really sure. But definitely nothing personal. Nothing personal. I'll cringe and I'll just like curl up in a ball.
And I just feel like, you have a really great team behind you. How did you, like,
Oh, yeah.
how did you choose, like, what makes a really good team, people who's going to be around you? And how did you define leadership?
You gotta have people you trust. You gotta have people you trust. There's so many snakes in this industry. Like, you don't know who's really in it for your best interest and who's just trying to get a cop out and, like, increase their presence and their, presence in the field. And you just don't know who's trying to take advantage of you, who's real, to be honest. So for me, it's really about connecting with the right people who really genuinely care for you and believe in your dreams. You got to have people around you that believe in your dream. I've tried to assemble so many teams before, and they've all fell apart, and I finally figured out the reason why. I used to think it was because I was a bad leader. That's not the reason. The reason is because they didn't see the vision like I did. You have to have the people around you see the same vision, see the same end goal, want to reach the same, have the same ambition and want to reach, where you're trying to go. Without that, you're not going to have a strong team. You're going to find someone trying to play you. You're going to have somebody try to take advantage of you. You can have people that just, bounce and say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So I really want to shout out my squad right now. Essence, I call her my Earth Angel. My assistants, Danielle, L'Oreal, and my videographer, Maren. All these people believe in me. And at the moment, like, they're doing it out of love. And that's how I know it's real. That's how I know it's real. Because they're doing it out of love, and they're doing it because they just believe in me and what I can do. So that's been very important to me. And leadership is someone who is able to just make decisions on the fly, even if it's bad, even if it's hurtful, even if it might affect them personally, they're able to still make decisions. Someone who has goals, someone who has ideas, creative, someone who's a team player too. A lot of these people, they get on their high horse and like, yeah, I'm the hot shit, you know what I mean? You gotta listen to me, and this is what it is, and you can't do that. You gotta be a team player. You gotta listen to everyone's ideas, everyone's input.
That is so cool. And I know you love music. I can tell you love music, and you've been the music lover that you are. Now, what was the first concert you ever went to, and what are you currently listening to? Besides the Jay-Z album, we know that. What are you listening to?
Oh my God. Well, this wasn't really a concert, but it felt like a concert. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know if you were alive during like the TRL days. I mean, you might be too young for that on MTV. Okay. So you know how they used to have like millions of people outside, right? So my friends and I, we cut school in 8th grade to go see NSYNC because we were like NSYNC fanatics. So we ended up cutting school, and then you know how they used to have people outside on the screen during the music video, like shouting people out or whatever. So we ended up getting on the screen during, like, I forget, one of these songs. So we were able to give a shout out. Mind you, we cut school, so if anyone saw us, we got in, like, crazy trouble. And then, we saw NSYNC from the window. We almost died, and, like, we chased after their cars when they left. It was crazy. It was bananas. It was definitely, like, a fangirl movement. Other than that, I think like a Jay-Z concert was my very first one. I'm a big Jay-Z fan, as you can tell. So, but yeah, that was my concert. Who I'm listening to now, God. Lil Uzi Vert, SZA. I like this artist named Her. I listen to all my ladies' first guests, all their music. The Calvin Harris album's good. Still listening to Kendrick, Joey, Dave East. Rick Ross is still bumping. The Weeknd album, which is super amazing. Bruno Mars album is still incredible to me. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been listening to at the moment.
That is so awesome. Now, last but not least, I know you have to go. I know you're very busy. Now, my last question would be, for people who are wanting to follow in your footsteps, and people who are constantly getting told no and kind of being discouraged when it comes to trying to get into radio, what advice would you give to those people out there who want to follow in your footsteps?
You cannot give up. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's the honest truth. You can't give up. Because you know what? I'm a very spiritual person, and if opportunity doesn't go the way you want or it's not given to you, it's probably not meant for you at that point in time. So, but don't let that discourage you. You got to keep trucking on. You got to keep going, because the more positive energy you put around yourself, the more things will happen for you. That's something I always tell people. Like, when you have negative energy in your thoughts, in your mind, in your soul, you're going to manifest it, and things aren't going to happen for you. Sure, it gets hard, but you got to always keep in mind that things are going to work out in the end. You got to see yourself and envision yourself. If you're trying to be a radio host, sitting at, let's say, Hot 97, having your own show, constantly envisioning that and believing that that's going to happen. And I promise you, things will start happening. It may not happen tomorrow. See, people expect things to happen tomorrow. Let me tell you something. I interned for damn near 5 years before things started popping off for me. I'm in my 9th year now, and I just got my radio show 2 years ago. It takes a while to make things happen. So really, that's why I feel like the people that actually make it are really the ones that are supposed to be there, because not everyone will work through 9-10 years for free before making it. You know what I'm saying? It's really about the survival of the fittest. So for all those out there who's trying to do what I'm doing, just don't give up. Do your research. Make sure you practice. That's very important. A lot of people think they're just naturally talented and they could just hop on a mic or in front of a camera and do their thing. Some might, but to be honest, 90% of the time, you can't. You won't be able to. You got to keep practicing and honing in on your skills. That's very important. And also, you know, for all those who, let's say, are in a company or have that access to potentially have their own radio show, you know, you got to learn how to take advantage of your surroundings. You know, I saw Kevin Lyles speak at this event, Global Hip Hop Day, and he mentioned something that was very important. Very stood out to me. Being an intrapreneur versus an entrepreneur. On my Instagram, I put intrapreneur versus entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur is someone that just builds something from the ground up and, you know, tries to get people to buy into their product or into their dream. An entrepreneur is someone who's actually already working in a company and takes full advantage and sees how they can utilize what's around them to get to where they want to be. So
I saw that on your, I think Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah, it was Instagram. Yeah, I don't want people to think I was dumb or stupid, that I didn't know what an entrepreneur was. So I want to get that out there. That's the reason why I put intrapreneur, because that's what I am. So, but yeah, you know, you just gotta, like I said, just don't give up. I know it sounds so cliche, you guys. I know. I've been there. I know. Trust me. There was days I was crying, not knowing where I'd get my money from, what I'd do to pay the bills. You know, how come no one's giving me these opportunities? But honestly, I want to take that back, because it's taught me everything that I know today. Now I'm able to do everything that I learned through my internships, through those years of being broke. Now I know what to do and utilize that to my advantage now. Now I've built this armor, this strong, thick skin to be able to take on anything that's thrown at me now, whether it's criticism, whether it's hardship. I'm able to push through now because I've been through that. You know, you guys just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. It'll happen. You gotta believe. Anything is possible. I mean, for me, you know, I got my own radio show in New York City. I'm hosting my TV show. You know, I have a lot of things coming up now, and it didn't happen yesterday. Stop thinking things happen overnight. It does not. This ain't American Idol. You know what I mean? This isn't like you just get this one-shot opportunity. You got to put in the work. You have to put in the work.
Definitely. I love it. And I just want to say that I think you're really amazing. I love how you're about girl power. And I before interviewing you, I followed your story, and I thought, oh, my gosh, she is so amazing. And so I thank you for just talking to me and sharing your story, and we really appreciate that.
Oh, I appreciate you for having me, and I hope whoever's listening, and you as well, just don't give up and keep doing what you're doing, and trust me, something will happen for you. Whether it be small or big, just make sure you take the opportunity and go. And that's another thing real quick. A lot of people feel like opportunity needs to come with a paycheck. That's not true. Whatever opportunity you get, whether it's free, whether it's paid, and if it feels right for you, take it. Because you never know what doors it'll open for you. The money will come later, guys. Don't worry about all that now. It'll come later. For now, hone on your skills and everything.
Yes, I love it. And really quickly, I can't let you go without asking you, what do you have coming up next for us?
So there's so much that I'm working on. I'm actually opening up a school with some other educators in Brooklyn called the Bella Charter School. It's for young ladies, young girls in high school who you're able to go there and obviously learn the fundamentals, math, science, English, yada, yada, but you also get secondary courses. So I'm going to actually help and lead the communications course. So one day, if you want to become the next Oprah, the next Ellen, the next Angie, I will help you in achieving that goal and teach you the skill set. So I'm very excited about that. And it's opening in my hometown of Brooklyn. It's for young women. You know, I'm about women empowerment. That's opening on August 21st. So I'm very excited. I have some major endorsements coming up, more TV work. I'm trying to work on my sunglass line. If you follow me on Instagram at JENBKLYN, you know I'm obsessed with sunglasses. So I'm hoping to drop that, in a little bit. I don't have a date yet, so I can't tell you. And then also I'm excited because like I said, I'm trying different things. I'm going to be in a motion picture. Can't tell you what it is yet. But listen, if it's a line, I'm for it and I'm happy. So be on the lookout for all of that. You'll see it all on my social media once I'm ready to release all the news and all the info.
We will definitely be on the lookout. That is so exciting. So excited. Congratulations on all of your success.
Thanks, love. I appreciate it.
Of course. No problem. You guys, I hope you all enjoyed listening to this episode. Jen is so awesome. And you guys make sure to stay tuned for episode 8 coming up really soon. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Miss Prashanta.